Best Irish music on irishradio.org with Jerry Byrne.
Irish Radio, I'm Jerry Byrne. Since the advent of COVID and all the rest of it, I've been speaking to many of the great and the good of entertainment. I've got a gentleman now who's certainly earned his stripes, so to speak. He has played and performed to thousands upon thousands of people right up and down the country, and indeed the UK as well. And a gentleman who always puts a smile on everyone's face. He's got his own brand, his own unique style. He has sold thousands upon thousands of albums, DVDs, and all the rest of it. It's the Irish Joker himself, Conal Gallen. Conal, how are you?
But thank God, Jerry, I'm good, and good to hear you and great form yourself.
Thankfully, we're surviving it all.
Yeah, well, sure. Look, once you accept that there's nothing you can do about it, you just get on with it.
Indeed, that's it. You've been plodding the boards at this stage for a long time.
35 years, Jerry.
Wow, I remember.
And I'm still only a young man.
Indeed, you were incredibly young when you started. I remember back at those days. I remember I do indeed. Yes, I remember at the start of it all. And boy, you've gone on to some phenomenal success since.
God, life, the career has been very, very good to me, Jerry. Very, very good to me.
Indeed, it has.
I've managed to make my living from entertainment for 35 years, and it wasn't even a business that I was looking to get into.
Right. So how did you actually get into it?
By pure accident. No, I was a bit of a show off, I suppose. That would have been the best word. And I accidentally joined the local drama club. Now I know that sounds silly, but I went down to collect. My cousin was in the drama club, and we were going curtain women, and he had a rehearsal, so I went down to collect him. And the one of the people hadn't turned up for the rehearsal, and the director asked me to read in the part. And then I enjoyed it, and they asked me, did I want it? And I've been involved on stage ever since.
Wow.
That's why I got on the stage. And then back during the last, well, not the last recession, but one of the recessions, yes. Back in the 80s, myself and a great friend of mine, Cormac Scully. Actually, I'm actually in a house next door to Cormac at the minute. But we decided that we would start playing the pubs. Cormac's a lovely guitar player and singer, and we decided. And I said to somebody one time, we didn't start because we thought we were any good, but we knew that there was worse than us at it.
Right. Okay.
So that, and it turned out, Cheekers, we got extremely busy. I remember the summer of '86, we played 59 nights on the trot, no night off.
Wow, that's good.
But we didn't know any different. We thought that was normal.
Right. Phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. But then, I mean, after all of that, you went on the. Doing the stand-up, and that rocketed to incredible success going around. When the theatres, you did the hotels and all, and then the theatres, and it was absolutely huge.
Yeah, the theatres were a great stepping stone because it lifted me into a different bracket altogether. I remember actually, I always wanted to play theatres, and I'd done spots on other people's shows, and I decided I'd grab the bull by the horns, and I booked 4 theatres. And then, as the dates got closer for the shows, I got cold feet. So I rang up a very, very, very good old friend that I've known since the 70s. I made it Charlie McGettigan is his name.
Indeed, yes.
The rock and roll kid, yeah.
Yes.
So I rang Charlie, and I said, listen, you wouldn't come and do this tour with me. No, we split everything 50-50 because I'm afraid, So Charlie is a gentleman. He's one of the nicest people in show business. And we did the 4 nights, and they were all a success. We had a great time, and I realised that I could do them on my own. The fear had left me then. So after that, I Cheekers. I love life. I love what I do, and I absolutely see doing shows, Jerry. I absolutely love it. It's not that I like. She said, I love it.
Right. Well, that's very helpful. You know that you know to really like it, really be be into what you're doing.
Yeah, well, I mean, I never thought after 35 years I probably love it more now than I ever did.
Right. That's superb. That's superb. Now, the other thing that you've done as well is you've done stage plays.
Yeah, there's my son Rory who works with me, and he's been working with me over 20 years now. And he comes up with these great ideas at times, and he said, "We're coming home from somewhere." And he said, "Why don't we do a play?" And I thought he had some play in mind. And I said, "Well, what play were you thinking?" Yes, I said, "Sure, we'll write one."
Okay.
For somebody who's never tried anything before, I'm looking at him or driving along, I'm looking and saying, "Yeah, off your trolley," And then we discussed it on the way home, and we discussed how many. Finance would have been a big factor because it wouldn't have been subsidised. So how many actors and backstage could we afford, and and then we just started with the bones of the story, and we've toured 5 plays now, and we've half written the 6th one. But with COVID, we shelved it then because we knew we weren't going to be going anywhere with it, so we shelved it. Plus, see, that's another thing too, Jerry. See, the plays, they were just a revelation. Writing a play with your son, I never have laughed as much in my life. We laugh and laugh. Everybody came to the house when we were writing. They'd say, "These boys need locked up."
Right. It's the crack is that good with the ideas that you're coming up with and the various stuff.
Yeah, and during the summer, if the weather's good, we do it outside. And I remember we were working with the office at the house. It's a separate building, and she was laughing away. She came up and she says, "I've been watching you two. We're still outside." Of course, when we're going through a scene where we're walking it, and we're and she says, "If anybody comes down that road, we'll all be locked up." She said, because it probably looks so bizarre. Yeah. But that's the great fun of it.
Indeed.
So instead of being locked up, I was locked down.
Yes, indeed. You go, but I mean, you've done that. To have done those 5 plays. I mean, they have every one of those plays that you've done have been an astounding success.
Oh, they have. You see, well, we have 2 fantastic actors as well with us. Who've been with us from day one, and they're just we travel everywhere together when we're doing the tours. 4 of us in the one car, Rory, myself, and Jack and Paddy, and we've been touring since 2013. And I hate to tell you this, Jerry, but we have never had the radio on in the car.
Wow.
in years touring, because the crack from where we get back. It's just incredible. And I know it sounds, but that is the truth.
That's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It's an absolutely cracky way to operate, and brilliant to hear because you always hear stories about in stage shows and that where the people involved, people are of the impression that they're very close friends and all the rest, and they're simply not. They don't even speak to each other outside of the stage.
Yeah.
So it's fantastic.
I've come across that. Thank God I've never been involved in it, but I've come across it. All right. Yeah.
Yes.
No. I think it's just that there's a development in us, especially in the 4 of us anyway. And we've all known one another all our lives. This is the best about it, and we all live within about 2 miles of each other.
Okay, yes.
So we're like the home team,
Right, that's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And listen, you were saying you have half of the 6th play written. COVID came in, the lockdown came in, and all the rest of it. So you shelved that, but you did something totally different and something the 2 of you have never done before. Yeah,
another great idea by my son Rory, and he's been on about it. He actually been on about it for a couple of years, but because we were so busy, we never, So this year he says we're going to do it, and we've just it's just published. We've written a children's book. Now, it's a funny children's book, naturally enough, and maybe sometimes a bit irreverent, but sure, that's what kids are. And it's called Wee Dan's Big Adventure.
Right. Well, you've been speaking about Wee Dan for a long time.
My other son Kieran said that to me. He said, "God," he said, "it must be great now after all them years of been talking about Wee Dan. He's finally come to life." You know, yeah, I've been talking with wee Dan for 35 years, and he's still only 9.
Right. he's he's slow to grow.
Yeah, no. And you know that was terrific. For a whole different ball game to write the play, completely different ball game. Jeepers, it's harder work. I'll tell you that.
Is it?
But at the same time, very, very, very satisfying. And when the book arrived, you know, in print, and you know, you actually have the physical copy. I mean, we've been looking at it for months and months and months, but to have the physical copy, it gives you a great sense of achievement. And we just put it up online for pre-order, and we decided anybody could pre-order before 1st of December, I think it was. You know, we'd do a signed copy for them, and we've just spent 2 days, myself and Rory, signing books.
Wow.
So it was phenomenal. You know, it's phenomenal.
That is incredible.
So Rory, now this is the type of Rory. He's talking about the second book.
Okay.
Now the first one hasn't even got on the shelves.
Right. You gotta look ahead. And tell me this: what age group is it for, roughly?
From about 7 to 14, I think. Yeah.
Right.
I tell you why we think that, because I have a grandson. I have 2 grandsons, but one of them, the grandson, he's 9, and he was sort of reading it as we went along. And when he got the book, he read it again, and he wants to know when's the next book.
Right.
And my granddaughter is 14, and she's read it. One of my granddaughters, and she's read it, and she thinks it's great, brilliant. So we're covering sort of that age group.
Right, that's excellent. That's absolutely excellent. Because that's a fair old, it's a fair old gap in ages there.
There is, yeah, but I think that actually, to tell you the truth, adults could read it, you know.
Right.
And while we were writing it, and of course with our humour, where you know some of the lines in it where Dan would speak, you'd be very inclined to say the wrong thing, you know, as an adult would.
Yes.
You know, so you had to be very careful all the time. And we were sort of half thinking of the idea of bringing out an over 18s version of the same book.
Right. Okay.
So it's one of those things we're thinking about.
That sounds fascinating, I'll have to say. And you know, listen, well done to yourself and Rory on doing it, because you were the same as everybody else involved in the performing arts. As of March, there was nothing, absolutely nothing for anybody.
Yeah, our last show was on March the 13th. We had 7 more shows of the tour to do at that stage, all sold out, and every one of them cancelled. It was heartbreaking. And then for the first lockdown to not know, you know, we're hoping that we might get back in September with a play, and you know, and sure, we all know what happens, and we don't know now what we're doing.
Yes, indeed. The only thing, Conal, it looks positive enough, like for going into the new year. Vaccines appear to be coming on stream and all of that. So you know, when that all gets rolled out, fingers crossed, everybody will be back in action once again.
Yeah, but again, they will. But for some entertainers, the likes of me, you know, for us we need to book a tour. You can't just walk into a theatre. You need to book a tour, and you need to do all the preparation, the PR, the photo shoots. You know yourself, Jerry.
Yes.
At the very, very least 2 months before the gig,
minimum.
You need to be working on it.
Absolute minimum.
So whatever time it goes back to normal, we'll be on stage 2 months after that.
Yes, I know it does take. Yes, it does take time.
Well, we have a tour booked. We have a tour booked from September 21 until April 22. Now, hopefully that goes ahead. I mean, we had to cancel the autumn tour, the spring tour next year, the autumn tour this year. But hopefully now we'll be able to go ahead with those.
Yes, yeah, but it's looking, you know, at the moment, I mean, it's very hard to know in the distance, but it does look pretty good for them.
Yeah, and I think you have to be positive. I was talking to Nathan Carter this morning, and I'm going out with him to Spain in I think it's October 21. So they said, look, we'll we have to go ahead with it and hope that it happens.
Indeed, yes.
You know.
Yes.
So, yeah.
That's the thing.
So hopefully it does, because it's great crack.
Indeed. So that's that's all excellent. But well done. It must have taken quite a while to actually write the book that you've done, because this is a totally new venture. I mean, this is like nothing you've done before.
Well, it is like absolutely nothing I've done before. Because when you're writing a play, we write the plays, and it's for the four of us, we get the scripts, and they may not be grammatically correct. The comma might be in the wrong place,
Yes.
But writing a book, you have to have the inverted commas, the question marks, the spoken word, and you can't say, he said, she said, he said, she said. He answered.
Yes.
She replied. He spoke. He questioned. And you're thinking, "Jeekers." Yeah. And then we proofread it, I think, 3 or 4 or 5 times, and I think there's still 2 mistakes in it.
Wow.
But the minor.
Yes, it is.
It was very intense and time consuming, but entertaining, rewarding.
When you got to spend 2 full days signing the books, Conal, that just shows how many you've sold and how popular it is.
Yeah, it really. No, that was the bit that it seemed a great idea at the time. When we'll if anybody orders before the 1st of December, so we'll sign it. Sure, they would sign a couple of 100 books. I mean, that can't be that difficult. Had we known, I don't know, because we sign them properly. You can send somebody else to do it. I wouldn't. I have no time for that. But Rory would sign it, he'd pass it on to me, and then I'd put it in a pile, and he'd sign the next one and pass it on to me, put it in a pile. Oh, jeekers, for some reason my little finger is sore. Apart from, I don't write with my little finger, but it's sore. But whatever way I write, good. No, and again, every time we thought, oh God, this is hard work. We thought, no, this is putting a smile on somebody's face somewhere. It's putting a smile on my face anyway, but putting a smile on somebody else's face.
Indeed, absolutely brilliant. And tell me this, Conal, how can somebody, if somebody wants to get a copy of the book, how can they do that?
Oh, the simplest way is on the line. Online, irishjoker.com, one word, Irish Joker.
irishjoker.com. If you go on there, that's where you get the details of the book of Little Dan's Big Adventure. Conal, listen,
I must send you on one, Jerry.
Indeed.
I'd love to hear your opinion.
Indeed. Lovely. Look forward to receiving it. Conal, listen, it's been lovely to catch up with you, and I wish yourself and your son and all your family all the very best. I'm looking forward to hopefully indeed the next book coming out, and listen, I'm looking forward to when it's safe to do so, looking forward to seeing you in action soon again.
Right, we'll have to come over to you again. We had a great time the last time we were up in Hayes.
Yeah, the Beck down in the Beck Theatre in Hayes, yes.
The Beck, sure, we had a great time. Too long ago, we'll have to get something done, and I look forward to that.